What's up, subscribers and new viewers of the Divided Being Motorsports channel? My name is Ian. It's been a couple weeks since I posted anything, but that's just the nature of the game when I don't do this for a full-time job. The upcoming footage is going to be from the last couple weeks of me working on the car and not really being able to compile it into a video. I did some valve lapping. I got to use my new spring compressor tool that I put together on the channel. And I made a brand new version of that because the video I put up before, it just ended up being not right, not angled right, not tall enough, and it just wasn't going to work for what I needed it for. So yeah, I made a brand new version, updated version, and it works great, as you'll see in the upcoming video. Some of the footage you'll see, they're where I'm putting the springs together. Really bad lighting. I apologize for that. I didn't realize how bad the shadows were when I was doing it. But, you know, that's, shit happens. So, in any case, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the end of the video. Some major pitting there where the gasket material was at, but I don't think that's necessarily a sealing surface right there. We should be okay. Just kind of guessing. I mean, if I need to get different heads, I will, but kind of hoping this one just works out. And I'm not really pressing at all into this. You know, I'm kind of being gentle with it, letting the tool do the work. You know, maybe I'm the tool, I don't know. That's weird. I mean, the main sealing surfaces, which I think are just around these water jackets and whatnot. I'm going to go back through and power wash this again after I'm done. I don't know if pitting is common there. I'm not really familiar with this motor at all, beyond what I've done to it so far. And I don't think it's extremely common, but the head gaskets that were on this were nasty. Show them to you. I mean, this is, you know, what I was working with that was sitting on these. Pretty gross. So I bought new ones. I was considering reusing them if they were good. Like, you know, obviously a lot of people aren't going to consider head gaskets that have been used good, but I was considering them if they, you know, looked okay. Because there's a lot of people who have been reusing head gaskets and having good success. So. But I bought new ones. Nice LS9 head gaskets. Okay, I don't want to dig too deep into this, but I'll do a last little coat over here. Okay, so it's not perfect in every area. These are somewhat concerning to me, but I don't think those are sealing surfaces. This pitting right here is like, it's very deep. I don't know, I'll have to ask some friends online. See what they have to say, but in the name of science,
It's not, you know, it's not machine shop quality. I can still see some lines, but I don't want to take too much material off. I think it doesn't take a lot off, but you know, it takes some. So you can definitely see swirls in it. I don't know if you can see them in this video. You can see I put swirls on it. So, you know, not ideal, but this is a budget build, and I'm gonna do this for science and do the other side the same way. I'm gonna leave those pits how they are. I've got a brand new gaskets, nice LS9 gaskets, and yeah, we'll just have to see how it works. I'm gonna blow this off, and I'm gonna end up lapping those valves right there. So any of the black that you see in there down in the you know, the ports is from carbon buildup. I wasn't gonna go extremely wild with the oven cleaner and get all that off. I might do some more right there. Do a little more right there. I'm gonna lap these valves first, and then I'll do a little more polishing with that thing. I feel a few spots that are, most of it feels relatively smooth. I know that there's tolerances that, you know, are pretty tight as far as the you know, how level the head gasket is and everything, or sorry, how level the head is and everything. I'm not a machinist, and I've had machinists criticize me for what I'm doing here, but I'm just gonna throw it together, man. I'm you know, I've done things a lot more half-assedly, and I feel like I already went a step further than some of my peers by using that little wheel guy. So let's try to lap some of these valves real quick here. Got valve lapping compound, got valve lapping tools. All right, now these valves I've already cleaned off with a wire wheel and a bench grinder wire wheel very carefully while spinning it in that drill right there. And the carbons come off. It was like WD-40 in a wire wheel. Carbons come off pretty well, and they're not extremely pitted, but you know, I'm gonna make sure all this business goes back together pretty well. Got a little bit of compound on here. I'm gonna spread it around. Oh shoot.
You got the sauce, bitch.
valves came out pretty nice. The you know, the ports look a little bit better than a couple of the valves. I still might lap some of those off camera, but overall I'm pretty pleased with how that went. I feel good about that. You know, I thought about porting and polishing, but I don't have the equipment for it, and I don't think it's entirely necessary at this point. You know, maybe at some point I'll tear this motor down again, or I'll probably blow this one up if it even seals. You know, I don't want to go through a bunch of trouble if I you know, have to take this all apart again anyways. So it's going to be a ridiculous amount of power for this chassis, and I'm going to have a turbo on it. It'll flow as good as it needs to for what I'm trying to do. I'm not going to set any speed records. A little concerned about some of this stuff around here, like I was saying, like that pitting there. There's a few things that I'm still gonna maybe polish out a little bit. Overall though, I think this'll do okay. But as you can see, I've got my pack 12-18 springs here. Got my my valves under there in this box. Got some keepers here that I just rinsed off, so we're looking a little crusty. Yeah, I've got some you know, assembly lube for the valves just in case. And these are gonna be a little dirty here. I think I've got to reuse the hats from the old ones. I think they're called hats. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna call them, top hats. My spring top hats. But yeah, I'm gonna get started here and you know, maybe put this one together and see how it goes. Got my spring compressor here, the revised edition, and we'll see how that goes. See how it works. So let's get started.
Silky beat.
So yeah, there was a problem with one of the bolts here that when I cut it off, I left a little bit of crud in the threads. It started cross-threading one of the threads there, so I had to go kind of grind it down a little bit where it was cutting into the threads, and chase the threads with the bolt that wasn't all messed up. So kind of sucks, but I fucked the threads up a little bit, but it doesn't seem to have caused a problem at all. That the original bolt still goes in fine after chasing it and, you know, I guess re-tapping it with one of these. So, you know, just we'll try not to make that mistake in the future. It's hard to get this you it's not extremely difficult. It's just a little bit of a challenge to get this lined up properly so it doesn't push down on the valves when I tighten this down. Gotta get everything aligned properly. Might have been a little bit easier with another compressor, but I don't know. I mean, so far a couple of these have gone in so easy. Make sure those are pushed up all the way. Should probably move this up a little more so it doesn't push it down at such an angle. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I only put my fingers down. I don't completely trust that isn't just going to explode and snap my fingers off. Freaks me out getting my fingers in there. Seen some pretty gnarly accidents lately around me, so try to minimize that as much as possible. Oh, fuck me. There it is. It's tapped in there a little bit. Alright, let's see what happens. Yeah, buddy. Alright, sweet. Well, that's all the valves. It's fucking so cool. Dude. Hell yeah. Well, all the valves for this side. Like I said, I'm going to do the other one off camera. But yeah, those are my pack 1218 springs, and the big load off my shoulders to get these guys in there. And I'm not sure if that's normal for the keepers. I'll have to look into that, because this one perfectly centered. These are not so perfectly centered. I don't know if that's important or not. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, that one's perfect. These are not so perfect. I don't know, man. I'll have to ask some people and find out, and if so, just go back through and readjust those. Yep.
And that is that. So I got the one side put together. I did the other side off camera. So all that's left is the trunnion upgrade I plan to do now, so I don't get needle bearings all throughout my motor. I got a lot of nice parts in that I can't wait to show you guys. That'll be in the next video. Lots of goodies that I get to put this motor together with, so I can start test fitting and making mounts. And I saw this guy making mounts for $275 on a Facebook group that looked beautiful compared to what I'm gonna make. So I'm a little bit kind of considering buying them since they're only $275 for the mounts. I mean, that's for how they look and you know how strong they look compared to what I'm gonna put together. Well, I mean, I can't say that mine aren't gonna be strong or look strong. They'll probably be just fine, but $275 will save me a lot of time and effort and cutting and all that stuff. So I don't know. It just depends on how lazy I feel, I suppose. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.